Okay, our next speaker is Carleen Cullen, and she co-founded Cool the Earth more than a dozen years ago. And in that time, her organization has educated more than 500,000 people, and more than 300,000 climate actions have been taken because of her work, primarily, or perhaps not primarily anymore, in the K through 12. Interestingly, I first learned of Cool the Earth right when she started. I ran the program at my littlest elementary school, so there you go.
All right. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. So, I first of all have to say that, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's 2021, fires, floods, Texas is freezing over. I cannot believe that we all have to stand out here to say to Costco and to the city council and the city planners that this should not happen. It's totally tone deaf, and I just can't even believe that we have to come out here and say this. So I really want to get one message across. There is no such thing as cheap gasoline. There is no such thing as cheap gasoline. Somebody is paying. Somebody always pays. And I also want to mention, what does it mean that 3 months ago today, the Nevada City Council unanimously said that they declared there's a climate emergency, unanimously, 3 months ago. And one of the council members said, quote, "It was the intent for us to make a statement that we are in a climate emergency, and every city in California and the United States and throughout the world should be doing what they can to reduce greenhouse gas emissions." What does that mean? Using gasoline is the #1 source of carbon emissions in the Bay Area, in Marin County, in California, and in the United States. #1. How can we possibly say that we are having a climate emergency resolution and now we want to put in a mega gas station? It makes no sense. Costco sent out a letter to thousands of people a couple of days ago talking about what great benefits this gas station would bring. Some of the things they quoted are competitive gas prices, top quality fuel. The only top quality fuel I know of is renewable energy from the sun and the wind. There is no top quality fuel. So when they talk about competitive gas prices, I just wanted them to know there is no such thing as cheap gasoline. And somebody always pays. As a matter of fact, I know who's not paying. The CEO of Costco, who in 2019 made $8 million for his annual compensation. Do you think he's paying? He's not paying. Somebody always pays. And the reality is that this is an environmental justice issue. The people of color are disproportionately impacted from air pollution. They are the ones who are suffering first and worst from climate change. And how can Costco, how can the city council, the planners, possibly even be considering this? Because as we know, someone always pays. Our kids pay. Future generations are going to pay. Every living being on this earth is going to pay. So I want all of us today to tell Costco, to tell Nevada city planners and the city council to stand by what they said, and that we have a climate emergency, and to really let them know there is no such thing as cheap gasoline. I wonder if you guys all want to say that with me a few times. All right.